everyone, what's going back? Welcome to another episode of Dre in the Kitchen. So one of the things I remember most, my Titi Luz, God rest her soul, used to make for us as a treat growing up were cerullitos. So what are cerullitos? Look at that, I can't even say the word. But we call them little corn fritters. And what she used to do, because they can be made in different ways, so I'm going to try and recreate the way she used to make them for us. And what she used to do is they were a little on the sweet side and they had cheese in the middle. So let's get together, let's cook. What are you gonna need is I have super fine cornmeal. I've measured out 2 cups already. Half a cup of granulated sugar. Can be a little less depending on your sweetness levels. I think I've made 4 different versions and I think that between 1/3 of a cup and 1/2 a cup, you can use that variation. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I have 1 3/4 cups of water. And just because sometimes I'm in the mood, just a dash of homemade vanilla extract. That one is completely optional. But let's get together, let's put this, and I'm gonna show you how this was a childhood memory of mine. So let's cook. So in our saucepan, let's combine, we're gonna add the water. Add your granulated sugar. Put in your teaspoon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and now let's turn this on. Bring this to a rapid boil, which will happen rather quickly with this induction cooktop. And then we're gonna go ahead and put in the cornmeal, and then you're gonna stir it until it clumps up all together like a ball. This is almost like a firm polenta. Our water has now come to a boil, so to this, because this is my personal preference, I'm adding in a splash of vanilla extract. It adds just a little something extra, something that I like to do. We're gonna lower this down to a simmer. And I'm gonna add all of this in rather quickly. I'm gonna turn the heat off, and you're gonna start to stir, and stir, and stir, and stir, and stir, and stir, and stir as fast as you can. And it's gonna combine. So because there's carryover heat in here, it's gonna clump up to be really, really firm. But don't stop stirring it. Keep mixing, mix, mix, mix. Oh, I have a flying piece. This is exactly the consistency that I want. So now I'm gonna take this off the heat. We're gonna put it in a bowl. And we're gonna let this cool so then we can manage it. So in the bowl it goes. As you can see, I'm sort of spreading it. And now I'm gonna let this sit and cool, and as soon as it cools, we'll start to form our cerullitos. So our mixture has now cooled. Let me show you a little bit. So I do have a platter here where I'm gonna put them on. I have some shredded cheese. You can use the cheese of your choice. You can shred your own. I wanted to show you all this one in my local Bravo. This is called Boricua mix. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. It's queso de bola, a little mozzarella cheese, and queso de papa blend. Now tell me that's not dynamite, right? So here we go. So we're gonna take a little bit of our mixture into our hands, right? We're gonna smash it down. And then you're gonna create this indentation that I want in the center. It's almost gonna be like a cigar shape. Then you're gonna take a little bit of cheese, not too much. You don't wanna overstuff it. Because if you stuff it too much, then it leaks, it cracks, it does all the crazy things. So make sure you have enough of that indentation. Then we're gonna take it and you're gonna pinch it together. These will be probably a little too thick. I'll redo them and make them a little smaller. Crimp. Make sure you don't have any of the cheese showing. And take your hands and you're gonna kind of create a little cigar looking contraption. They can be skinny, they can be thick. It really depends on how you wanna make them. Make sure that there are no holes showing. These are great because Ivan and I will eat these. So there you go, there's the first one. If you see any holes along the side, just go ahead, crimp it, touch it up, make sure you have a nice shape, and there you go, on to the next one. So here we are, I put them all together. So some of them had a few little cracks. Don't, listen, it's very forgiving. Just reshape them, Put them here, let them sit to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead and fry these, and we're gonna shallow fry. So let me get the frying pan together and let's cook these. And then we're gonna enjoy this delicious little treat. All right, using a non-stick skillet, I put in just a little shallow amount of a neutral oil. For me, it was a combination of avocado oil with a little vegetable oil. Let's heat this up, and as soon as it's ready, we're gonna fry these bad boys. And it's a shallow fry. We're not going to deep fry these, that's an option. I think shallow frying is all you really need for this moment. Our oil has reached the right temperature. So how do you know if your oil is hot? There's a couple of things you can do. I can tell just by the heat that's coming off of it. I'm gonna put a cerullo in. Now be careful, you want these to go, normally I say put it away from you, but because it's such a shallow fry, and you do not want these to burn, so be very, very cautious of the temperature. And I'm gonna put 4 in. Let's move you over. You don't want to overcrowd your pan, so that way they cook nice and evenly. You're gonna let that go for a couple of minutes. And as you can see, it'll start to brown. Remember, this cornmeal's already cooked. Now we're just providing some color and a means to melt the cheese that's in the center. So the smell of this frying is literally transporting me back to my childhood. Can any of you all relate when you cook something and it literally takes you back to when you were a kid? It's insane. I love it. So I'm using plastic tongs. Normally I use my metal tongs, but I don't want to break these. So I'm just making sure that they're not sticking. I'm not turning them yet. I'm just jiggling them so that they don't stick on me. All right, so it's time to flip them. So gently, you're gonna turn them over. Look at that golden brown. That's exactly what you're looking for. You can't be very, very gentle as you flip them. Look at how beautiful. In about 60 seconds, our first batch of cerullos will be done. Let me go ahead and cook all the other ones, and then we'll taste test together, and maybe even Ivan will come join us in the video. So they're done. They're finally done. It took a little bit of time. I made them all. So we're gonna taste them together. So this is Ivan. He finally came into a video. So here, I'm gonna take one of the cerullos. I'm gonna cut it in half. Oh look, it's got melty cheese. How cool is that? You can take that one. Okay. And go ahead, take a bite and tell me your thoughts. So did you have these growing up?
Yeah, my mom used to do it. I used to help her. And she would put it with sauce, and it was really good.
What kind of sauce, do you remember?
I think it was with bacalao thing. You dump the sauce, something like that. I don't remember.
In other words, he doesn't remember. So please, comment, like, share. Be sure that you're subscribed to our channel. So good. I know growing up we made this with mayo ketchup. I don't like mayo ketchup, sorry. It's just not my thing. Something spicy.
Yeah.
Tell us what your favorite sauce is. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching.
Cheers.
These are, see, look at him, he loves them. I'll see you guys in the very next episode of Trey in the Kitchen, and y'all have an awesome day. So make sure you make these, come back, and let me know how they come out. Bye, everybody.